this is my mission statement. I will challenge myself to follow through with my ambitions no matter how many people doubt me and no matter how much I doubt myself. I will strive to invoke positivity and joy in others while living deliberately and empowering the women around me. So for my action research project, I really focused on the second half of my mission statement about empowering others around me, especially women. And so I did an activity kind of based off the Johari windows that we did during class, where you know things about yourself, but then there's also things that are not known to yourself. So what I did, as you can see in this picture, is a self-esteem workshop. What it is you divide your paper in half however you want, and then you write 20 things that you love about yourself on one half, and then people go around and on the other half write down 20 things that they love about you. And what's really cool about this is that people always struggle to come up with their own 20 things that they love about themselves, but within 2 minutes, the other 20 are filled in, and it's a really cool way to show people how much that they're loved. So here's a video of my friends doing the project. Yeah.
You videotaping? I don't even know what to start with.
What do you love about yourself? What are you proud of about yourself?
I'm gonna be here a while. I got some tears in my eyes. I cried when I had to write your.
So here's everyone with their finished products. Overall, everyone really enjoyed the piece, and a lot of them kept their art and they're on their walls. And I mean, it was definitely a difficult experience for a lot of people to come up with the 20 things that they loved about themselves. But at the end of the day, I think that everybody thought that the project was worth it. And it was rewarding for everybody to see the other 20 things that people loved about them. And I think that it was a good self-esteem booster and a good way to empower people and just remind everyone how much they're loved. My first feedback loop throughout this project was Terrence. He's the Camino Founders Coordinator, and he approved and supported my event and helped me send out an email to all of Founders inviting more people to join my project. My second feedback loop was my friend Grace, who is our Camino Founders President, an RA, and a camp counselor, and has had a lot of experience with things like this. She gave me feedback that you saw in the video, and so did my friend Peter, who is someone that I really trust. They helped me understand how the project affected the people who did it, and helped me realize what I could change for next time. The third feedback loop was myself. It was really cool to see people get involved with my project, and I had to use a lot of empathy and supportiveness in my leadership throughout the project, which are qualities that I don't normally use. So I thought that was really interesting that this project helped me lead in a different way than I normally do. Here are the interviews with Grace and Peter, and here's some of the feedback that they gave me. Hey Grace, how was it to see what other people wrote about you?
It was pretty cool. So I know I wrote some things that I like about myself, but I don't necessarily think like people have to like them about me. But then someone wrote that, and I was like, oh my gosh, they like that about me, and that's really cool because I like that about myself. It's like unique. Mm-hmm. It's cool.
Were there any ones that you were surprised about that you were like, wow, I can't believe people like that about me, or like I don't like that about myself. It's weird that people like that about me.
Yeah, no, there were some on there that I was like, oh, people think that. That's weird because I don't. So that was nice to see.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate your project, Zoe.
Okay, Peter, how did this project make you feel?
It made me feel very exposed as an individual.
So did it make you feel vulnerable?
For sure.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
It made me think about myself in a way that I wouldn't normally. It made me think about how others think about me, which is not something that I tend to think about, so it made me feel very kind of self-conscious and self-aware.
Was this project meaningful to you?
I think so. It helped me see myself in a way that I wouldn't normally, and it also helped me realize that other people see me in a certain way as well.
Perfect, thank you. So that was the bulk of my project, but I also read Daring Greatly by Brené Brown for my book. And this book really relates to the project that I did because it talks a lot about vulnerability and shame and how people are sometimes ashamed of themselves for things that they shouldn't be ashamed of. And it also talks a lot about the differences between men and women, because originally I was just going to do this project with my female friends because my mission statement is on empowering women. But then when I was explaining to a few of my guy friends who you saw in the video about the project, they were really interested in it and wanted to try it too. And it really relates to my book because there's a big part in the book where Dr. Brown realizes that men and women have a lot of different ways of holding shame, and a lot of times men aren't as free to, like, say what they love about themselves, like, be vulnerable. So I thought that was really cool, how I could see her book play out in my project.